How's everybody doing? I'm so excited. I've got a good friend of mine, $1 million ring earner in the industry of network marketing, made millions of dollars in this industry, Mr. Bass Grant. And Bass, I'm excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking some time out of your schedule.
Thank you for having me.
We're sitting here in Houston, Texas. Bass has got a team growing internationally as well as nationally. And Bass, if you could tell the audience, kind of your journey, starting in the industry at a very young age to where you are today. Was it a lot of work, or were you able to just sit at home and people were calling you?
Well, they don't call it network marketing for nothing. I've been in the industry now going on 15 years now.
Wow.
Got started at 19 years old, and it seemed so long ago. And I was young, didn't understand really what this industry was all about. I was told that it was actually legal, as like a lot of people. That people go to jail. I've never seen anybody go to jail in this industry from that perspective. But I got in, and I always knew I was a hard worker. I was trying to escape mediocrity. Growing up, grandmother in the projects down in Tampa, Florida, College Hill, and I knew very early that I was destined to be great. And so when the opportunity kind of fell before me, and I saw people who were winning, I'm like, well, they're no different than me. If God gave us the opportunity to win, and this is a vehicle, I believe a closed mouth don't get fed. As they say, and I say, I'm gonna use what God gave me, and I'm gonna put the work in. And it seems when people look at what's happened now, I'm like, I've been doing this for a very long time. I started very young at 14 and been hitting. And so once again, just going through consistent maybe failures, but getting better along the way has kind of brought us to this point.
So let me ask you, Bass, was it instant success? I mean, from 15 years in the industry, did you just come out making millions of dollars?
Absolutely not. Definitely repeated failures. Obviously struggle. So all the struggle that people go through and days of wanting to quit, consistently quitting. But it's amazing when we talk about that personal development and having the literature that is put into your mind consistently every single day. Think and Grow Rich, Speed Wealth. There's many books out there to name. 21 irrefutable laws of success. And just so many different content that a person can pick up and get. The science of getting rich. I was putting this consistently into my brain, reading. So days when I wouldn't have activity, like a lot of people say, well, what do you do? And you don't have any. I would consistently always find something productive to do. So when people say, Baz, are you busy? No, I'm not busy. I'm being productive. So I would tell people, don't say you're busy. When people say, well, I'm busy, are you being busy or are you being productive? I was always being productive in some form of fashion. Always getting myself ready because I knew eventually, with the hard work, I something's going to finally pan off. And when it does, I got to be ready. I got to be ready to perform, and that's what we've been doing all this time. So just getting ready and just feeding my mind consistently every single day. And it's definitely a transformation. Had you seen me 14, 15 years ago, I was a young guy, as a young Thundercat, as I call people, ready to rock and roll. Ignorance on fire. And I still am that. I'm just a little more polished now, a little more polished.
Wow. So would you say that, Bass, there's a planning process where seeds need to be planted? That was a personal development you were talking about. And in the cultivation process, and this is where a lot of people jump off the boat.
Right.
During the cultivation process, what was the motivating factor that you just believe so wholeheartedly in this industry that someday there would be a breakthrough?
I'll be honest. I think a lot of people out there, if you ever imagined, as a child coming up in life, I've always told myself that this must be my movie. I think everybody grew up thinking that, this may be my movie, that God put me into this play, and I'm the star of the show. And He cannot let the star fail because it has to have a happy ending. And I always kept telling myself that many different things that were happening, the failures, the mishaps, I'm like, this has got to be for a reason. And I think my motivating factor was that when I looked at other people's situation that had it worse, I look at other countries, and I looked at the fact that I'm in America,
right?
And there's only one country that has the word dream attached to it, and it's America. It's called the American dream. You don't have the UK dream. You don't have the Canada dream. You don't have the Russia dream, the Japan dream, or the South America dream. You have the American dream.
Wow.
And I say, okay, this is going to pan out because if I'm here with the greatest opportunity, which is the industry of free enterprise, as well as, still being able to get up every single morning. Every day I woke up, that was the motivating factor. When I got up, it was like a reset. I can start over. I can start over because this is the American dream. It is my opportunity. The abundance is there. And the only reason why I would fail is if I fail myself, and I couldn't allow that.
Wow, wow, wow. You said a mouthful. The last few questions, because I don't want to take up too much more of your time, and I appreciate the time that you've given us, is would you say that winning and consistently winning, there's a certain way to do things? And if so, what are those things that you've done on a daily basis that has propelled you to this place right now? I mean, we barely mentioned on it. Not only was he a six-figure earner in a previous company, but now he's a six-figure earner, $250,000 earner, $500,000 ring earner, and will be $1 million earner, making right now over 6 figures per month. So it's just a matter of time. You just need 12 months in order for that to accumulate to well over $1 million. That's a massive amount of success, Bass. I mean, when people look at this, they think that you were born with it and that it just happened out of thin air. But walk people through that process. Would you say that you've done things a certain way? Is that what has aided to your success?
Yeah, you have to be. Obviously, everybody knows you got to be consistent. Yeah, Think and Grow Rich. The one thing that every millionaire in that book, for the most part, all had. They all said the same exact thing, where they had a clear and concise mental picture of where they want to go. And so we talk about the things of having the things around you, having the affirmations around you, having the documents around you. I was cut out raw report and put up, and a lot of these people who are listening to this, they've heard of it. They've heard of people saying you got to cut out and put these things around you, put yourself in the environment, and does that stuff work? Yeah, you got to live in the environment. So the winning process of getting up and consistently doing the step-by-step daily basis of the grind of business, going through every single day, going through the numbers. It is a numbers game. Bottom line, nobody gonna tell you any differently. You got to get up. I know a lot of people out there want to go online and just sit at home. No, you got to get out into the field. You got to get out. That's really what it's all about. As far as the three things, what I was consistently doing, as I said, one, affirmations. I spoke my affirmations every single day. I, Bass Grant, will defy the odds. I, Bass Grant, a living testimony of my last name. I will change my family tree. I, Bass Grant, will have fear and doubt bow before me, because this is my time. I used to say these things consistently every single day because I knew something was great. Another thing as well was I made sure I consistently stayed close to some type of mentorship. Because once again, as great as people are, every leader, every person has someone who they connect with. So you got to definitely have someone who is a mentor and who's guiding you, because you got to model success, and I had some great individuals who I would model. I was very good at following instructions, okay, and duplicating, and then obviously the third thing as well is from the clear, concise mental picture, writing your goals down. GOALS, goals. Go out and live successfully.
Wow.
So you got to make sure you write your goals down. Have things that you want to definitely have every single day. And know this, once the switch is turned on, Rramon, it's never going to be enough. If Richard Branson has not stopped, Oprah has not stopped, Bill Gates, the late Steve Jobs, these people were at the peak of their career, yet they still kept finding more layers. My thing is, well, if there's no threshold and you can go beyond that, then me every single day as I knew success would come, I had to get my mind ready that once I get to that plateau, there's going to be people who will be asking and coming to you saying, will you help me? And that's the one thing. People go through this process and really want to know how they got there. And then really, we were all called here to serve. Right. Serve. Then how are you going to serve people if you did not take the steps to write down what you did to get there?
Wow.
It's amazing. So that's really where the abundance and the harvest come. We can replant those seeds.
Wow.
And mentor other people as well, because that's really what it's all about. So, going through the numbers, going through the process, and when I look at the journey, as I say here, growing up out of something, the project. A lot of people in a lot of areas, suburbs, they have these places called the projects. And I always ask myself, why do they call it the projects? Do they think it's an experiment for people to get out? And I was crazy enough at an early age to think maybe it is. And I would then become a project of success.
Wow.
And that's what I've been looking to do all this time. So I'm excited for what God has gave us, an opportunity of many things. I just happen to choose this phenomenal vehicle of network marketing, free enterprise, and I enjoy helping people. And if you enjoy helping people, if you help them get what they want, you will get everything that you want. The harvest place.
Wow. Well, we certainly thank you for spending some time with us. These were winning moments. And as we say here, winning is a choice. You must choose it. It will not choose you.
Absolutely.
I am RramonFulcher.com. We'll see you again on Winning Moments. Thank you, Bass Grant. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, sir.
Love you, man.